Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah! Yeah! Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah!
Konbanwa, friends, and welcome back to another edition of the Otalku Cafe, where we talk about more anime. We're officially at the halfway point of the spring season. I cannot wait to talk about it. It is just me for right now, but I think eventually my co-host Chris will be here. So until then, I was gonna talk and ramble on stuff that I am watching, maybe some others. If he shows up, he shows up. If not, then if not. Probably be a short show. If that's the case. But anywho, let's get to some of the news first. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening, whether you're watching us on the Dershi Radios, YouTube or Facebook live feed, or the Otaku Cafes or W2M networks. We greatly appreciate it here. But yeah, some news to start out with. The manga, My Girlfriend's Friend, is getting a TV anime in 2026. For this one, Takeru Hidaka is an ambitious high school student aiming for medical school. He has just started dating his first girlfriend, Kaori Koga, and to everyone else, their relationship seems perfectly harmonious. However, that piques his friend when Kaori's best friend, Tomoko Yoshioka, begins to flirt with and seduce Takeru. Caught between loyalty to his girlfriend and Tomoko's advances, Takeru falls into a double life and a complicated affair. Now he must navigate a web of lies that puts both his academic future and his emotional connections at risk, all while the constant threat of his secret being exposed looms over him. You know what? I might actually check this one out. Looks a little promising there. Next one, I'm Dating a Dark Summoner is going to also get an adaptation in 2026. Amona, a Dark Summoner and demi-human who uses demonic powers, is the newest addition to the party of the uptight priest Ronnie. Everyone expected the two to dislike each other and have nothing to do with each other, but to their surprise, on their first day together as a veteran party, they had a one-night stand. So if I want a Nuchi, I might watch it. We'll see. Okay. Fortunately, the acclaimed director and screenwriter between Martian successor Adesco and Lord Moxman and Vandus, Tatsu Sato, has fortunately passed away due to liver failure. He was 61 years old. He passed away a few weeks ago, April 24th, but the news broke out recently. As of this recording, he's also credited for, Shigofumi, Letters from the Departed, Stelvia, Tokyo Tribe, L'Orange. But no, our condolences to his friends, family, colleagues, loved ones. It's never a good thing to read about someone passing. Kyoto Animation, they had an announcement, and they are going to be adapting the movie The Credits Roll into the Sea for 2026. 27. Umiko Chino, a 75-year-old widow, has no noteworthy hobbies to speak of. When her VCR stops working, Umiko decides to pay a visit to the cinema like she once did with her husband on their first date. However, instead of focusing on the movie, her gaze is fixed upon the audience and on one young-looking person in particular. After the credits roll, the mysterious person introduces himself to Umiko as Kai Hamuchi, a male college student majoring in film. Umiko asks him to fix her VCR, and Kai obliges. Yet before Kai leaves, he asks Umiko a question that changes the course of her life. Would she like to make a movie with him? I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's Kyoto Animation, it's still my favorite studio. No, I'm excited. I'm 100% looking forward to this one. And finally, the 50th Kodo National Manga Awards came out, and we have our winners. Gachi Akuda for Shonen. For Shoujo, it's a long title. Reliving my life with a boyfriend who doesn't remember me. And just the general Darwin incidents. Congrats to the winners of that one. And with that, news are done. So let us get right into the review portion. I'm going to do this as best I can. It's a lot to watch, so like I said, I'm going to do my best for the people here. First up, we'll do The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, Season 2. We finally get some backstory on Mahiru. One day, sorry, I had to wet my whistle there. When Amane is on his way home, he sees a familiar looking man, same blonde hair and eyes as Mahiru, and he's like, no, it couldn't be. But eventually, Amane tells Mahiru, like, hey, I think I might have seen your dad, and Mahiru kind of brushes it off, like, I don't really, I kind of really don't care, because he hasn't been a parent to me, so why should I care now, or why should I hear about anything he has to say? But if Amane wants to talk to him, he's more than willing. He's like, you're allowed to, like, I just keep me out of it. Like, I want nothing to do with him. Amane says, all right. Next day, when Amane gets home, he sees a letter in their mailbox, and it's addressed to him and not Mahiru, and it is the father asking to meet up. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, Amane, he goes to meet Mahiru's father at this cafe. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm sure you have some questions. Like, I know you're the boyfriend. And he reassures Amane, like, hey, I'm not looking to get involved, take her away, or anything like that. I just want to know how she's doing. And Amane's like, hey, why don't you ask her yourself? And he's like, well, kind of cat. I have no right to really call myself. I have no right to call myself her father. After, me and my wife kind of neglected her for so long, there's really no point. And Amane explains to Mahiru, like, she hated her life because of you two. Just because of, what did she do to deserve this type of thing? Yeah, it's fair. It's valid, especially those abandonment issues. And the father just kind of just takes on the chin, like, you're right. I can't apologize. I can't make up for it. What's done is done. Just all I ask is that you basically look after her, keep taking care. And Amane says, yes, of course he's going to. He goes home, Kai explains everything that happened. And that was more or less the episode. It was okay. I'm just glad something actually happened, even if it was just on the Mahiru side of things, finally. Next up, Rent a Girlfriend. And oh my god, I still hate this so very much. Yeah, picking up where we left off after the kiss. Fucking mommy goes, you guys kiss again. Was it an actual kiss? So Chizuru, Kazuya, they kiss in front of everyone. Everyone sees it. Mommy's pissed off. Chizuru says, hey, look, yes, it's true. I was a rental girlfriend, but I actually started falling for him. We are a legitimate couple right now. And I'm sorry I froze up like that, but this is the truth. And finally, they leave the pool area after like 3 episodes. They finally leave it. Chizuru, Kazuya, they talk to Grandma Nagomi, explain everything. Like it's just 3 of them talking. She has a satisfied answer. It's good enough. Hits Kazuya because he deserves it. He deserves more than that. So yeah, everyone, it's like slowly getting back to normal, but not quite yet because Chizuru, as she's going to the bathroom, Ruka basically goes to yell at her, like, hey, like, what the hell? You basically made me sit on the cuck chair. And mommy grabs Chizuru and fucking grabs her, saying, have you lost your fucking mind? In the manga, she says, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And random thing there. Okay. Brian Cage is back. Fantastic. And mommy friends Chizuru like, I'm going to call your agency, all this. And Chizuru like, you know what? If you want to, fine. But first, I think you need to basically cool it. And sort your own feelings out because you still have some lingering feelings for Kazuya. This made mommy stop herself. Chizuru walks away. And mommy's just alone to collect her thoughts. So they have the dinner thing. Chizuru, Kazuya, they try to have a talk. They try to have a talk at the at their den. Like talk about how it's going to look it over, and like, hey, good plan. Chizuru walks away, and she's like swimming by herself, and now she's actually getting feelings for Kazuya, but she says she can't because he's just a client. And put gun in my mouth. That's all I'm gonna say. On that matter, I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't like it. I'm just done with it. Okay. Me. Moving on. 100 scenes of Awajima. And we are now got a religious topic for this one. But this is for Asumi first. Basically, she grew up in a religious household. Got to the point where basically they won't interact with religions. It's only them. They only talk to people in their religion. And how it's all sounding is like very cultish. And of course, she's a kid. She doesn't know any better, but she overhears people, classmates. Of course, like the father is like supporting of the Awajima class and everything. But all her accomplishments were chopped up to their cult leader, and instead of praising her, it has used her success for the leader's greatness, which is awful. Like it was in like their magazine and all that. And I fucking hated that, and I understand why Asumi just wanted to really cut ties with that group, but man, no, that was not fun. Then we had something with Ryona Nagami, but the more or less, yeah, it was just about the religious cult type of thing, and I was a little surprised that they had that, but I like that part of the story. But this whole flipping around is getting a little much. But it's just whatever at this point. But moving on, Fist of the North Star, picking up where we left off when Sarge put those vampire needle things into Ken for the bloods like drain out. Bat and Rin, they're basically like on their way to try to help out Jin. Sorry, not Jin. Ken. Anyway, they can. Kenshiro was able to meditate himself basically to get the needles out, and now he's fighting the Sarge guy. Makes him like lose his muscles, and basically says, "Hey, where's your leader?" Type of thing, like the leader of the Red Beret. It's like, "Oh, he's up there." It's like, "Oh, you should have finished me." Oh no, you're already dead. So now the Sarge is dead, and now he goes up to meet the. Hold on. What is his name? Yeah, I think it's just the Colonel. The Colonel's upstairs, the Red Beret. He would talk about, like why he was like doing everything that he's been doing. Like he was a soldier and everything, lost his eye, lost men. But of course, like now, like billionaires like celebrating on their wealth or their spoils and everything, while the Red Beret gets like none of it. So kill the billionaires. Like, hey, we survived this. I'm gonna run the Golan organization. I can run it my way. And Ken just kind of goes, well, isn't that kind of what you're doing right now? And he doesn't want to hear any of it. We get a fight between them. Rin tried to fight, but that was just not going to happen. No way, no how. But Ken was able to defeat the Colonel, and the people and the Godland, and they are freed. And now, where they are going to go next, that's the next mystery. Fun fight. I like the interaction between the Colonel and Ken. I thought that was really fun. So, good job on that one. Do I have anything else that is a solo that I can talk about? Yeah, Botan Kamina fully blossoms when drunk. This was a little bit more about Kanade and Ibuki. Like setting up this little thing. I do like that the animation was back to normal compared to how it was with episode 3. But what you call it? I love the symbolism they use the shadows lightning, particularly the bar scene when Ibuki is constantly depicted as being in the dark after PTSD got triggered and depression creeps back in. Botan depicted as a literal and metaphorical light. Like the dark, like so she's the only one that's like she feels at ease with, and I do like that. So I'm liking this show a lot more than I think this other bit. But the girls making plum whiskey, that was nice. So I like that they were able to make that, and they get to have Gujo and Ibuki drive home. But Gujo tries to tribute Ibuki George more, so like they actually get to share that drink together, and you get like the beautiful flowers and everything. And it's like, hey, was that basically? Did that mean you'd drink with me if I didn't have to drive? And they also shared an indirect kiss with the cigarette when Ibuki took Gujo's cigarette, and you see Kanade say something to Ibuki, but you don't know what it is, and so because of that, basically, you don't hear it, and that was where the episode ended. It's like, damn it, what did he say? I need to know what he said. Moving on. We could talk about, I guess, I got to talk about Togethers in the meantime. Rooster Fighter. Basically, pick up where we left off when Elizabeth was talking to the octopus demon when she kind of helped him snap out of it. Like, oh yeah, no, it's basically, like we had that problem right there. We gotta let it out sometimes. And it turns out like these demons have like a parasite in them that being controlled now because of the devils. KG, Pyoko, and Kisuke, they talk to the devils like, hey, basically like, let the father go, let the control you have from the demons go. Like, oh yeah, sure, we could do that. So yeah, Hikari is one of them. We can do that, but you know what? You should fight him first. Fight him first, see what happens. So KG and Kisuke, they have like their own separate fights against these demons. While that's going on, Elizabeth um, gets reunited with her stepfather or human father, the one that adopted her. And it's funny that seeing the father like talk chicken to Elizabeth. I thought that was pretty funny. But basically, she needed help get a new weapon that doesn't kill demons, but instead it would basically numb them. So because she told about the result, like, hey, I'm not gonna kill these demons. There are some worth saving. So that is where they are with that. And when that did happen, basically she was able to help out Kisuke and Keiji, like zapping some of the demons. She's able to join the fight. Here's Morio. Keiji's trying to help Morio basically snap out of it. It's not really working. So Byoko kind of suggests, hey, what if I climbed in him to, get the parasite that's out of him? So they had that plan in motion. Keiji was able to get Byoko up there as close as she could, goes up in the nostril, and she wanted to prove that she was useful. And she did, and when she got up there, like she climbs closer, follows the trail, goes up to the brain, sees the parasite, tries to fight it, doesn't really work. She gets to grade that, it can't move from that spot because it moves to the spot, it loses the control. So what if I get behind it and stabbed it? And Pyoko was stabbing it until the parasite created a little thing in the back and stabbed Pyoko. So now Pyoko is bleeding out, got stabbed in the kidney, and now it looks like she's about to die. But her true power is going to be activated. She has a little symbol on her chest now, made her eyes open, and that was where that happened. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Welcome. So I'm like, nice. That is nice. Next up, let us go. Which one do I want to do? Let's do Dr. Stone. We'll do Dr. Stone next. They're basically Senku and the crew. They're basically gonna go back to Japan because that's where they are going to build that rocket. They're going back to the Ishigami village. But while all that is going on, Chrome and Suika, they go to what's his name again? They go up to Sai and go, hey, can you teach us about, can you teach us about calculations, everything? We want to help out any way we can. And so, all right, I'll help you. I'll teach you about all this so-and-so. So that gets done. People are being revived. They finally made rice. They have a rice field. They're able to harvest. Finally invented in the future. While that happened, they're able to revive people in the village. So hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm in other chats too. Kohaku, Rui, they reunite sisters. Chrome wants to flex on her, like, hey, we're like the same age now, so I guess it can happen, that type of thing. But no, they're able to revive people in the village. Suika reunites with her pets because they are not affected by the petrification beam. But now it's time to get ready for this rocket. It's coming soon. It's on its way. They're gonna get to it because it's still the last season, as they keep saying. You want to talk about something that does annoy me? Wistoria, Wand and Sword. I should wait for Chris on this one, but it seems like he's not coming. I think he passed out again. But everyone's like recovering from the injuries. Will, he was passed out. The headmistress tried to help him out while the headmistress was talking to Finn. Snape woke up, but they go through like Will's memories about the Rossi's disappearance. But of course, we'll get to Rossi in a bit. But that's not important right now. What is important is graduation. Graduation ceremony is here. They pay tribute to the people that had lost their lives in this little massacre invasion thing that happened. Everyone got the diplomas. Will graduated. Headmistress announced, hey, these are the people that get to move up, advance to the tower. So she called, Colette, Lihana, Shion, Julius. What's that else say? Wigno. They called all those people. And, of course, we have another hat. And, of course, and they say, this last one is special because, we changed our mind because it's from someone who created a new type of magic, and that magic is courage. I'm like, shit, they're really making magic. They're making courage a legit magic spell, and I groaned. But of course, surprise, surprise, it's Will, and Snape over there doesn't like it. But Will can now go up to the tower finally. Alfaria is happy, of course. Of course, we do see that, hey, it's Rusty. He's alive, but no, it's a fucking puppet thing that Alfaria made to watch over Will until, he got up to the tower. I'm like, sure. Why not? Whatever. That's where I'm at with that at this point. I'm done with Astoria. I really am. Next up, let us do Agents of Four Seasons. I really like this one. We finally got to see the last season, which is fall, and that one is Nadeshiko. This is the vital energy decomposition. She's the youngest, shortest. And she is, and she's accompanied by Rindo. Rindo is that bodyguard. But before that, on the other end with Hinagiku Sakura, looks like they are going to meet up, reunite with Ryosei and Itacho. Like, after all, Sakura is not really thrilled with it, but she knows she cannot stop Hinagiku. However, back to the area for fall, big explosion while Rindo, he's testing the guard all day as he's walking. He sees something appearing in the sky, and it's just a giant missile. And I am just like, shit. Fall got nuked. Fall got nuked. I loved it. I laughed a bit, but I'm like, at the same time, stuff is actually happening. This is the Kasai terrorist group, that the same one that kidnapped Hinagiku 10 years ago. Now it looks like they're going to do the same thing for fall. All the other seasons got the news about the building, the mansion being blown up. They take the Deshiko. Rindo thinks that she died in that explosion type of thing. I'm just like, yeesh. But I'm glad a plot is happening, moving forward. I am ready. I'm like, all right, let us go. But next up, But a good episode. Let's go. All right, let's go with Petals of Reincarnation. I actually love this one. Toya is fighting. What's his name? What is his name? Nope. Jean Yu. Jean Yu is fighting Toya. And before that, though, like, it gets to test him out type of thing. And Jean Yu actually tells Toya about, hey, look, I know your brother. I was actually friends with your brother. And they talked about how they met. Also, Seiya's thing was Leonardo da Vinci. And he wanted to, he wants, like save the world type of thing, not, like, take over. This is definitely, like, one of the better episodes. Like, you get, like, they talk about, like, it's time to force of the greats. How Zhang and Seiya were able to form this bond. But we start out, Mission World Peace coexists between the Great and Sinner class returners. Zhang Yu is technically a sinner. But it looked like everything was going well. Unfortunately, until Toya got hurt by someone. And in that lapse of judgment, this made Seiya go rogue and say, hey, actually, we're going to go kill the sinners. And it's like, what? So I believe, and I can tell by the expression on Newman's face, Newman had something to do with the attack to make Seiya go, because she was not on board with this, like working with the Great Sinners. So it seems like Newman is like the legit villain in the story. But it makes sense to when Newman knows about Hitler, like their interactions. So basically, this Hitler wasn't lying. But you and Seiya, they were sent somewhere, basically going to fight. You was like, hey, look, I'm a sinner, so that means you're going to kill me too, right? But no, Seiya's the one that actually dies, and you do like promise to show Toya all of this and everything. But I'm glad we showed it, reshaped its purpose. But here we go. Here's Caesar. Yeah, Caesar's like, oh yeah, I brought Hayato here, and she looks consumed by her talent, and so they're going to try to help out her. This show is still disappointing, but I did like this episode. It's probably the better one of this series. So no, that was nice. Next up, made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. That was our main event last week, and now it is this regular one for here. But no, it looks like everything's going well. Maki was like trying to figure out what to do with Umi. So she cannot return the feelings quite yet, but he wants to. He wants to basically better himself to be like the man she's like that is like worthy of being with her. So she actually likes that, but they're of course the teasing. This is leading up eventually to a Christmas party. And Maki I guess he made a friend with Nozumu, I believe it is. Doesn't know, like, because he was the one that got rejected by Umi. And he kind of has a feeling that Maki and Umi, like, I got you guys an item type of thing. And then Maki kind of explains stuff like, no, it's not like that. But Nozumu's hands and kind of looks like he supports Maki, which is really nice. Yu got confessed to. She rejected it and talked about how she actually likes someone. I wonder who. Maki. But Christmas party going on. Umi is kind of not thrilled about it because the two old former friends that kind of ghosted her and all that, they're going to be there as well. But no, it's all the end to the Christmas party next episode. I'm actually looking forward to that one. This show is definitely really good. This one might be my surprise because I expected it to be like a standard thing. but this is like it's a low key heavy hitter type, and I like it for that. Next up, Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Um, like the manor is like under attack, so like Yuru and everyone's like they're trying to fight, like trying to figure out what this group wants. God damn. But yeah, no, less for like they're the natural enemy, less for House of Seal. But no, I do like it. I also like how Yuru is trying to get that hug from my brother. That ain't happening. But ignoring Asa, Kagemori stands crying about keep crying. But no, while this is going on, there was a couple of Daemons that were attacking, and Asa kind of just like befriended them, like this yin and yang type of thing. And I believe it was like Kenichi's Daemons are trying to, and she was asking what their names type of thing. Also, like the whole Yuru and Gabby confrontation, like small brat is like an Al, Edward type of thing. That part I really like. That was kind of cool. I like how Mickey was trying to help out Asa when they're in this like empty white void space type of thing, while Yuru was doing the same thing with left, with the arrows type of thing. Like, hey, you could basically practice the arrows. But no, this was good. I apologize for I'm like missing stuff. It's just a lot for just myself. So I do apologize. It's just me. It looks like it's just going to be me. I don't see Chris, so I'm just going to run through these, saying, hey, I like them. Here's why I like them. A couple of highlight type of thing. And move on. I think that'd be a little bit better. And in that sense, Yawa Sensei is also cute. School trip's over. Hiyori and Akihito's sister, they're going shopping. It's like they're shopping for a swimsuit, and of course, Akemi makes Hiyori, hey, you should invite my brother out because I know you like him, type of thing. So like all that happened, they're going shop for the swimsuits. Hiyori looks nice in her one swimsuit, obviously. So that was done. And Hiyori helps Akihito with the studying. He's actually pretty smart. And it looks like she was about to give him a prize, and I thought could be something sexual, but it's not. But no, but that was something that the sister suggested. But instead, Hiyori gives Akihito a pen. That was really cute. But in the second half, with the helping with the studying, because Mizuki and Yuki, they're not good at this, so they use Hiyori's naked body to like write stuff out. Like, hey, pay attention to these words. And I'm like, oh my word. I feel bad. I feel bad for Hiyori. That was just fun stuff. Next up, Manga Cafe. We see none of the class going on in Guam. They're back home. Mako daydreaming about what happened in Guam. Like, oh, it was nice. Of course, failed the test, so Mako has to do a makeup test. So does Marika. I think Neo is okay, but freaking Ray is apparently really freaking smart. So they do the studying session, makeup test. Michiko helps out a little bit because Mako wants she wants to go back home, that type of thing. Of course, fucking Ray mentioned the sensei. Oh yeah, Mako's like the Dojin mango artist, and then of course, sensei tried to get an autograph. Well, after failing Mako on the second makeup test because she messed up on something somewhere. I'm like, but no, the show is honestly kind of boring. I'm not really feeling it. But anywho, moving on. Let us go with Mao. I thought about closing with this. Probably should have. But I love how everything just tied together in this episode with everything that happened between Naoka, Mao, and the fucking Byoki, all of it. Hold on. Sorry. But anywho, yeah, Naoko tells Mao and Otoya, like, hey, September 1st, a big earthquake is going to happen. Kiso's going to break. I think that's going to release the Byoki. And freaking Mao, he kind of like brushes it off, like, now what the hell are you talking about? And when Naoko gets back, also, like, it's been a month in her time. Like, it's been a month, which was just wild to me. But yeah, she does get some new information. She tries to go back, sees that the village is empty. She thought Mao left, but no, Mao, he was just resting. And I look at the keystone. Earthquake does happen, and we finally see the head of the Byoki, and tells Mao, like, hey, I want your body. So basically, when Mao decapitated, part of his body went into Mao, and for the Byoki to be full, needs Mao's body to, like, become whole or give him a new host. And he looks over at Nanaka, this cat demon face, like, you have my blood. Why do you have this? So he's trying to fight that. Mao does try to fight Byoki. Byoki overpowers Mao. And Mao turns into like this cat demon type of thing. I thought it was in the Yasha demon form with the cat tails and everything. Holds down against the Byoki. And Naoko says that's the figure, like Mao's demon form, like that was who I saw back then in the past. And when the Byokai was like retreating, we see the young Nanaka, and the Byoki grabs and goes for that portal, and that was where like the episode ends. Like, oh shit! Like, I love how that connection happened. Like, that was really cool. I thought that was a really good episode. Next up, Nippon Sengoku. Great War is about to happen, but oh my god, I hate this fucking kid. Hold on, what's this fucking brat. Where is he? Tonosugi. I hate Tonosugi. It's like this brat type of thing. Oh, well, if I'm in charge, and I could have this guy arrested. I'm like, fuck off. But no, TR Clan really annoying. Like, they're not stupid. They're just very harmful type of thing. Also, Sugo getting 200 lashes. I'm just like, Jesus, like that was just awful. Like, no. But it turns out he could take more than that. Like, oh yeah, I can usually take like 400 or so before I class. But yeah, well, that part happened. But I like how Kaku and Ryuman, they're playing the 60 chess, making the best of this expedition. But what I loved is at the end, where like, hey, like we'll kill everyone here, or just give you the leader, surrender. And it's like, all right, here's what we'll do. I'll offer myself, that way no one has to die. And while that is happening, Hina goes like, no, we're not doing that. So she like comes in, ambush. Ataru's army is like falling back a little bit, like, what the hell? They're getting ready for this massacre. I just love all these scenes. I love all these interactions. Sugo and everything. Like even Tanosuke, like, he would like have his own man arrested if he doesn't, because he doesn't look at me that same way. Like, So no, I'm gonna use him as an example. That's why I get him arrested, I get him tied up. So I'm like, all right, kid, Jesus, calm down. Next up, Witch Hat Atelier. I love this episode. Fantastic. Basically, picking up where we left off. Basically, saved Kustis. Olrugio takes Aga with him. Like, hey, like we're gonna do this, and Olrugio basically, like, hey, basically use it to like dry up all this type of thing. Like, help out the civilians. I'm gonna go. That I take out the flood. Aga doesn't like that. It's like, is that why you need me for? Is like, just helping out like this is enough. It's fine. I promise, type of thing. But Keyfree, Coco, Tetsuya, Richa, they all get there. Keyfree has an awesome sword, by the way. It's like Moses, like part of the sea, gets the water away from where Olrugo is to get Kustis out. Eventually, Kustis does get out. Coco, Reach, Tetsuya, like they're like fangirl over Keyfree sword. I don't blame that. Badass sword. I would love to have that sword type of made. But Keyfree, Olrugo, like, hey, we gotta go help out somewhere else. You guys got from here, like help out with the civilians, everything, and also they cannot show their magic out in public. But a collapse happens. Coco and Kustis, they fell. Kustis is knocked out. Coco's like holding on to the water. Agate doesn't know what to do, but basically, so Coco is going to help out Kustis. So Agate creates a distraction. Distracting the villagers so they don't see what's going on. Eventually, we see Coco does her magic to get Kustis out of there. But someone else we see, it's like they sent a disturbance in the force that we'll get to them, the Knights of Morales type of thing. Coco's happy with herself, like, hey, like, okay, I'm one step closer to saving my mom. Agate's about to say something, but the Knights of Morales come in and they are, who did this spell, this powerful spell? And what Coco thought she did was, like doing that, get rid of that blown up spell, like in a couple episodes ago. Like blowing up parts of the rock to get like the sand and everything. So that's what they thought they did, but it turns out Coco actually did forbidden magic. And like now, like it's like creating a drought with the river, and one of the knights goes, "All right, well, now I'm just gonna have your memories erased." And that was kind of where the episode ended. Like it doesn't care if they're young or whatever; he will wipe your memories if it has to. No hesitation, no surrender. I like that. Co-main ReZero. 2 episodes because I did watch today's as well as of this recording. Super and the crew, they like see books. They can't read the words because they scramble around as soon as they open up the book. Books has these names, but turns out if you're familiar with the name of that book, like you'll see like the memories type of thing. Subaru saw one. Subaru's was like disturbing. I was like, my word, with the little girl. I talk about just type of thing, like, confess to the crimes. And when other people confess to the crimes, they're like shattered and all that. I was like, oh boy. Purple hair guy saw one as well. And I like the sniper lady, but at the same time, a little bit annoying. Shala. Also, first they questioned Shala if she was a spirit or anything like that. No. He's talking about like contract, but I mean, he's like, no, it's just manners, ain't rude type of thing. Basically, Subaru and everyone else, they cannot leave the tower until they complete the exam, because if they tried to before that, she would kind of have to kill them. Doesn't want to, but has no choice. But they go to the next floor and they see a sword there. As they pick up the sword, we see this red-headed fellow named Reed, and we'll get to who he is in a bit. Basically, this test, you gotta fight him. But anyway, basically for the Palias Watchtower, has to fight. Basically, who's going to fight me then? And so, our man Julius, he goes to fight Reed. And Reed has like, oh yeah, I have weapons, and it's fucking chopsticks. His weapon is goddamn chopsticks. I love it. Reed beats the shit out of Julius. Anastasia, she tries to help out Julius with her magic, doesn't really work. Uh, Loses magic really fast. Subaru makes her like stop, and he's like, "All right, who's next?" So Amelia goes in next, saying, "All right, for this, how about if I make you move one step, I win." So Ray's like, "All right, I like that." So Amelia's going all in with the ice spells and everything. Reed sees an opening, so uses the chopsticks to like poke her, and it basically made her breast bounce. As Subaru wants to kill him, but Amelia makes a giant ice hammer because of it, and just slams Reed down. I love it. Also, this is where we find out eventually that Reed is the first Sword Saint. So I'm like, all right. So that part was cool. But no, but it can't advance quite yet. Like it needs to like be an actual defeat type of thing. There as they are recovering, Julius goes back in to fight Reed, gets his ass kicked again. Subaru like gets him out. Julius kind of reminisces of what like basically when they first met, when they thought Subaru was a fool and everything. Julius, Subaru, like they're like, kind of like laughing that off as that was going on. And you know, like basically like gonna be like a next time type of thing. Good episode. I like that one a lot. Reed with the chopsticks again. That was great. And finally, our main events, Classroom of the Elites. Yes, our autistic Rizz in full swing. Talk about last week for a little bit. You know, everyone's getting plans in order. The school, it's just like, all right, look, here's some rules, some guidelines, all of that. You know what? Like killing each other, that's fine. If you try to do anything, like if you try to essay someone, that's off limits. But if you kill someone, that's fine. Just don't. You can do whatever you want, but just don't do anything that causes the school to get involved. I'm like, what even is this school? Explain like how the test works. You go to certain destinations. If you get there early enough, you get an early bonus. You go do like certain, whether it's like physical, mathematical, any type of subject. If you complete it, you get certain points for your team. But Ayana Koji on his own. Basically, you go wherever your map tells you to go, that's where you're going to be. But Ayana Koji ventures off on his own, not with Horikita. But he keeps bumping into Nanase or Tsubasa. As we all know, Tsubasa is Tsubasa is the assassin looking to kill Ayana Koji. But he doesn't know that. So he's like, oh, basically, hey, mind if I tag along? Type of thing. Keeps following him around. So that is eventually going on. Ayana Koji doesn't get to do much of the testing, but we do see it in the latest episode. Tsubasa, Ayana Koji, they go to the area. Ayana Koji did not win this one because, he's holding back. He gets invited to camp with Ike, or Kanji. Akito. Ken, I forgot the other one. Kanji's disgruntled because the girl he liked, she's in another team. He was the one that earlier that kind of like brushed him off and everything. So Tsubasa kind of like brought up past experience, like about that unhappiness and everything. Like, eventually you'll be like, you will talk to her type of thing. So okay, so that kind of puts Kanji at ease. Ayana Koji, Tsubasa, they move on the next day. They go to the beach area. Ayana Koji cannot partake because the guy's side is done, but Tsubasa can perform because she still needs to get some points. Gets a really nice bikini, by the way. Like, goddamn, my word. If I was him, I'd fold if we were classmates. Just saying. But Tsubasa, she won her little beach game. Ayana Koji was talking to the student council president while that was going on. Ayana Koji was able to do a game. I think it was history. He got that one. He's got some points. I know they talked about tomorrow they're going to release, like, who's the top 10, bottom 10. And this is all in day 3. Kanji, Shion, all that group, they're back. Like, they've like, hey, oh yeah, you're not gonna be in our camp area. Why don't you go hang out with us again? We got Karizawa's group there as well. Karizawa and Ayana Koji, they're like alone together, like holding hands type of thing. And Karizawa does, hey, I heard you've been hanging out with that girl. Like, does that make you jealous? Like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, you're hanging out with this other girl by yourself. I don't know what you guys are doing. And all of a sudden, Ayana Koji kisses Karizawa. I'm like, oh shit. The autistic Rizz kicked in. And I was able to put her at these type of things, like, let's keep doing what you're doing. Just basically keep doing what you're doing type of thing. Keep being like my scout. And we go to the next day before the episode ends. They hear in this buzzing alarm is like a health thing, but I know Koji Tsubasa, they don't know where it's coming from, but they have a certain time limit to do it before the school gets involved, and they don't want the school involved. So. But no, I like that. Good episode. I do like the show. It's cringe at times, but I do like it. So I don't know if it's a trap laid by Tsubasa to get him. We'll see, because I know that's eventually going to be a thing. But with that, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all so much. I'm sorry this has been a meh episode because it's just me, and I usually have a co-host to help me get my stuff in order, and so it's just been me a little bit too much. Cafe's closed. Follow me on social media platforms, DMPX12 or House Up in Cosplay on Instagram. Follow Otalku Cafe on various social media platforms, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads. Thank you, Sean, who is our editor. Thank you, Dope Network, and Dirty Ready to host us on their social media platforms. We'll be here this Tuesday. So until then, oyasumi and good night, everybody.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come back.